Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann has a long record of publicly opposing same-sex marriage and once even filed a criminal report claiming to be trapped and threatened by lesbians in a public restroom. But new undercover video of the Christian-based counseling clinic Congresswoman Bachmann co-owns with her husband Marcus Bachmann has left her uncharacteristically quiet.
A couple of news reports have suggested that Bachmann Associates is practicing reparative therapy. Can I get your thoughts on that?
We have no interviews, sir. Sorry.
Is that a no comment?
The undercover video was shot by Truth Wins Out, a gay rights group that opposes the pray away the gay therapeutic strategy of some Christian groups. One of their members took a hidden camera to the Bachmann Associates clinic and asked whether he could be cured of his homosexual thoughts and feelings.
I think it's possibly totally real. Okay. But the truth is, God has designed our eyes to be attracted to the woman's body. Sure. To be attracted to, everything. To be attracted to her thing.
Although Marcus Bachmann has denied that their clinic offers reparative therapy to turn gay people straight, he has called gay people barbarians and said that the public education system is, quote, giving full, wide open, doors open to children to encourage action steps.
We have to understand barbarians need to be educated. They need to be disciplined. And just because someone feels it or thinks it doesn't mean that we're supposed to go down that road. That's what's called the sinful nature. And we have a responsibility as parents and as authority figures not to encourage such thoughts and feelings to move into the action steps.
Joining me now is Wayne Besen, founder and executive director of Truth Wins Out. Thanks for joining me tonight, Wayne.
Glad to be here.
So what prompted you to do this investigative video of the Bachmann operation?
There were a lot of questions out there, given his past, whether they did this kind of therapy. And we said, you know what, let's find out. And we went...
Because they've denied that they've done this kind of therapy.
They've denied that, but they've been incredibly anti-gay. And Marcus Bachmann gave a seminar...
Does the denial of that have anything to do with the federal funding that the clinic gets?
That could be the case. I think that they have something to hide. They're clearly trying to backtrack now. They're stonewalling, they're being evasive, and they're not answering the question. I think there's a reason for that, and it may be the funding. And I think this should be looked into. They should not be getting funding for therapy that's rejected by every respected medical and mental health organization. Therapy that doesn't work, destroys lives, it's incredibly harmful.
So what did you actually find out about the therapy? I mean, the little clip I just saw, I see a guy sitting alone in a room with a guy, telling a guy about the attractiveness of women's body parts.
Yeah.
I mean, is that even where to begin if you were seriously trying this?
Yeah, I mean, really, generally you don't have to tell someone to be attracted to someone. It just
were there any pictures? Does he pull out pictures of women's body parts? And
no, they didn't get to that.
No, because that's pornography. That's against Bachmann.
That's what he said that. He said that, well, you have to start working towards getting attracted to women, but don't use pornography because that's also sinful. So that did come up. They were going to work on his masculinity, and what's really wrong with these is that they assume that being gay is a sickness. It's something you can't, it's not a natural variation of sexual orientation. Something has to go wrong. You have to be either molested, you have to have a bad parenting, or something traumatic has to happen.
Now, Bill Wilson, who founded AA, was actually hospitalized for alcoholism himself about 4 times. You find that in the quit smoking movement, the quit drinking movement, it is run and populated most successfully by people who've actually done it, who have their own story to tell. Is that therapist's story, that he did this himself?
This therapist is actually heterosexual and has not gone through that himself. In fact,
so he makes no claim to actually know what he's talking about.
He actually didn't know what he was talking about at all. No, he really
Now, how about Marcus Bachmann, which I have to tell you is the single single biggest challenge my Boston accent has ever had on this show, be able to say both of those words. Does he claim any actual personal experience with successfully exorcising the demons of homosexual lust?
He claims no success. He's never made that success. And his star ex-gay minister, a woman named Janet Boynes, has actually never shown any success either. And because it doesn't work. In fact, there's been many of these so-called ex-gay activists and leaders who had said they had changed and had been exposed. In fact, I photographed the leader of this group, This International, who was on the cover of Newsweek, inside a gay bar hitting on someone, and he had to step down.
Yeah, well, that makes that position hard to hold to. Now, is it just that, like, every hardcore anti-gay Republican guy actually, at some point, is revealed to be gay? From the Ted Haggards to, it's just, I mean, I can't, who am I forget, who hasn't yet been revealed to be gay, who has this virulent anti-gay attitude?
That's actually a very important question, because yes, it is, because there's actually research. In 1986, University of Georgia, Dr. Henry Adams did a test, and he showed gay porn, and the men that were most homophobic were shown to be most attracted to the gay porn. I think there needs to be, instead of funding going to the Bachmann Clinic, I think there needs to be more research to stop these self-loathing homophobes from launching anti-gay attacks.
I think the Jungian Institute could help them explain that too. Wayne Besen, founder and executive director of Truth Wins Out, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you.